Your CPA is like, oh, wait a minute. No, you actually owe. They're like, wait, what are you talking about? Because you're just so used to your paycheck. Like, that's what you get to keep. And they're like, no, 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 no. I would like your 15.3% on Social Security. You need to reserve 35% for your federal income taxes. Oh, you need to reserve 4% for Medicare. And this, I was like, wait a minute. I thought I made this money and like I have to put 45% of it away. So it was a very, very different feeling. I was like, wait, stay at home dad, I still have to pay 45%. And this is like 2018. I was like, what the heck do I do? Like, this can't be. I see all these people online. They got Lamborghinis and stuff. How do they afford that when I have to give 45% away? Like, we got to figure it out. We got to figure this out. Welcome back to STR Like the Best. I'm your host, Michael Chang. I have my co-host here.
Hello, everybody.
Hello, hello. Okay.
Great to be here.
Well, we were just talking about 5 minutes ago. So we want to hit that second topic, right? I think, if you're listening, I refer back to the last episode where we talked about how to analyze markets. I think it was a really, really powerful episode. You should listen to that if you're looking at short-term rentals and trying to figure out what market that you should start in. But Liz, I think you brought up a really good point about being stay-at-home parents, right? Like, I think the topic of this episode is why being a stay-at-home parent makes short-term rentals a really excellent investment strategy. I think we kind of differ because we both stay-at-home parents. But I think you brought up a really good point. Like, definitionally, like, what does that mean? I think a lot of people have different definitions.
I do think people have different definitions.
What's your definition?
My definition is stay-at-home parents is I get to prioritize what's important to me as a family, prioritize the family time, quality time, our kids first, and then, but I still get to do what I like to make a living from the environment of home. It doesn't mean my full-time duty is just taking care of kids, but I do manage the home in a way it's productive. We get to prioritize what's best for us, like spending time with our kids, taking vacation together when we want to, those things are important to us, the quality time. And then I still get to do real estate to make a living, to support a family, which I think it's my definition of stay-at-home mom for myself. But for a lot of people, they might have a different understanding. If I'm a stay-at-home parent, my sole duty may be childcare, right? Just making sure everything at home is taken care of by giving up the ability to go out and work a job and have a more traditional income.
Yeah.
What's your definition?
Well, it doesn't include cooking or cleaning. Liz, when's the last time you handmade a dinner?
I'm not very good at it. It's actually
you are good at it. You are good at it.
That's a good answer, but thank you. I'm pretty self-aware what I'm good at, what I'm not good at. That's why I decided to outsource it.
I miss your oven. I miss your oven cooked meals.
Yeah, all my meals are, all of them bake one pan kind of meal.
I think of it as like a dig-in style. Like it's like digging. Yeah, it's like it's very
healthy.
It's very healthy. It's very healthy. One ingredient, 2 ingredients max.
I'll make you live to 100.
You need someone to do your accounting for you. I think you keep me around. What's my definition? That's a good question. I actually didn't think about it. Actually, I had a very traditional definition in my head, but having seen the other side of investment banking and never being home and like really wanting to be here, one similar definition to you, right? Like I get to choose. I work probably harder than I've ever had in my entire life. I'm highly engaged every day. I wake up and all I think about is like how we can grow our businesses, and that's very, very rewarding. Being a stay-at-home parent, I could decide how to prioritize my day because I get to be at home and I'm a parent, right? So I look at it less as like want to prioritize doing pickup and drop-offs. I'll do that, right? I'll manage my schedule so that, at 5 o'clock, like I'm not gonna have calls from 5 to 6 o'clock because I'm gonna go pick up the kids. That I can go and do that workout class in the morning that you scheduled for me at 10 o'clock. I'll just manage my schedule appropriately, right? But also that I can work throughout the day. And then, when the kids go down at 9 from 9 to 12, I can work, right? And so like, I get to pick when I work and how to prioritize my work. And I don't need someone else to tell me. And I find that to be like extremely, extremely liberating and makes me so happy. I hate being told what to do. I think it's just like from a very young age, if you ever met my dad, like Liz knows, like I hate being told what to do. I just don't like it. And like, I just always fought against that. I think this is like why I've like always, I went to go seek out entrepreneurship because like I get to decide my time. What it allows us to do is actually see our tax hit really, really like upfront. because when no one withholds from you, you're like, oh, cool, I'm making all this money. And then your CPA is like, oh, wait a minute. No, you actually owe. They're like, wait, what are you talking about? Like, because you're so used to like your paycheck, like that's what you get to keep. And they're like, no, 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 no. I would like your 15.3% on Social Security. You need to reserve 35% for your federal income taxes. Oh, you need to reserve 4% for Medicare. And this, I was like, wait a minute, wait, like I thought I made this money and like I have to put 45% of it away. So it was like a very, very like different feeling. I was like, wait, staying at home dad, I still have to pay 45%. And this is like 2018. I was like, what the heck do I do? Like, wait, like this can't be. I see all these people online, like they got Lamborghinis and stuff. Like, how do they afford that when I have to give 45% away? Like, we got to figure it out. We got to figure this out.
And that's when we found out about the short-term rental tax loophole. I was like, there's gotta be a way. The real estate, I think at that time we just know in real estate investing, they keep mentioning about the tax benefit, but the first impression most people have is you gotta be a full-time real estate professional in order to qualify before the short-term rental loophole was
Yeah.
much more known now before people understood what that really means. So I think it took us a while to really learn that, digest it, and perfect the formula and really work with our CPA to realizing the power of it and how being a stay-at-home parent it's such a superpower in the sense that you get to leverage that very well if you have a high income spouse and you're stay-at-home parents and looking for a way to provide for the family and build your family wealth and make income. That's a great way to do.
Yeah. Like a lot of people have that misconception of I have to be, a real estate agent or have real estate professional status. Like, because there's actually two separate things. So, real
Hmm.
estate professional status is a completely different thing than short term rentals. Like, you have to spend more than half your time and 750 hours to qualify for reps, which is very, very difficult for people, especially if both spouses are working. There's no way you can hit that. And when you do the short-term rental tax loophole, one can be a stay-at-home parent or both can work as long as they meet their material participation hours, right? Which is like 100 hours minimum and no one else does more than you can hit that. And then being a stay-at-home parent is really, really well suited for that because you have one high income spouse. We just talked to a client, he's in finance, he makes seven figures a year, and then his wife is a stay-at-home mom in business. But like that's the perfect combination because the mom or this other spouse can work on buying the short-term rental and managing it, hitting those hours. And because you're a couple, that's one thing people forget. They don't know both your hours count together. And it's one of the most powerful ways a stay-at-home parent can contribute to the home monetarily because you save those 45% taxes. It's huge.
Yeah, and you still get to prioritize your family. You get to spend the quality time you want to with family. You don't need to make that choice of, okay, the only way I do it is I quit, right? There's still other ways. If you came from a corporate world and you want to find another way to contribute to the family, this is an excellent way to do it.
Well, I mean, actually, on that point, you can quit though with the STR taxable. Like for some people, like, hey, I want to spend more time. I think a lot of it is like, man, I think a couple ways. Like one is like, I really want to stay home with my kid. They're so young. These years go by so quickly, and like, I don't want to miss that. So like, you feel guilty because like you want to be home, but you can't because like you need the income, right? Or you feel like you're not contributing to the home. I think even the more important one is like, if you're a smart, successful person, you're like, man, I had this education, I had this work experience, I'm really smart, I'm driven, right? It's just hard to walk away from like a professional career. And you're just like, well, I guess all I do is like change diapers and like watch Peppa Pig all day. I think that's like a little bit like guilty because like, you're abandoning a life that you've built so hard, an identity you built so hard to achieve, and just walk away. Like my kid's here now, like I have to give all that up. But you can have the opportunity to like keep that identity as a stay-at-home parent and as an entrepreneur, right? And get to buy real estate and then save six figures in taxes from your spouse who continues to work and has the health insurance.
Yeah, it's really a powerful strategy that we have seen success in like multiple times, right? From our clients and also ourselves, we have seen the power of it. over the years.
Oh, really
And
for
that's,
ourselves, right?
yeah,
Or-
really for ourselves. We get to really design the lifestyle and then create the, prioritizing the time the way we want it, like the way like you were describing.
Would you feel guilty? Like, do you feel that guilt? Not you feel that guilt, but do you see that as maybe think about it from a woman's perspective or, a mom's perspective?
I do. I just remember vividly. I was at the park with our daughter at the park next door, and then just overhear conversation from two moms, and one of them just say, "I resign. I decide not to go back because I really don't want to give up and hire a nanny, delegated this precious year just to a nanny versus working for a job that I actually really love." So she said she was really torn between the decision for a long time, feel really guilty. One way she's feeling like unaccomplished, like not working anymore, not providing for the family. The other side of her is like, man, but my daughter is only this young for this long. I don't really want to outsource everything to a nanny. I want to raise my child. So it's like this torn perspective on both sides, and I just like hear it as like so much pain, right? And then I just when I heard it, I was like, feel really fortunate that we found this early before we had kids, and now looking back, it's like one of the best decisions we have ever made.
The best decision.
I do think it's a lot of family are struggling with this decision. Doesn't matter you're stay-at-home dad or stay-at-home mom. It's, I think, a contributing reason.
Well, I can say from a dad's perspective, like, especially like having a daughter, it's just like you really, even just like at home, she's like kind of struggling. Daughter's kind of struggling, doesn't want to take your Tylenol and like,
You're talking from the surgery, right?
yeah, for the surgery, yeah. And then I just kind of think like, man, it can be annoying, not to say they're busy doing something and then like they won't do it, but also just like, man, like I'm glad I'm here at least because if I was at work, like one, it just kind of like it would be on you or like a nanny, but more importantly, I think she would fight it more. Like it'd be worse for her because it's like at least it's me and you, right? Like we can play with her a little bit. Like she'll be mad and then she'll kind of laugh with like our jokes and everything. But then like if it's like someone else, this is not the same.
And I think just being there for her during this like really tough times
Yeah.
makes a huge difference. We both show up at the surgery, we show up to every doctor appointment together. We're pretty much always there, all the step up till to the surgery, after surgery, even this last
Yeah, you
week,
always
3
send me
days.
in. I'm always the one that has to take her into the OR. It's never you.
I know. I
I
know,
know it's tough.
because it's too emotional for me a little bit.
No, I know. I hear you. I hear you. I hear you. The no, I mean, it's no fun. It's no fun. Once you it's something that you're thinking about, it's a really talking to the audience. Somebody thinking about the STR tax loophole really is it's a way that you can access not just a great short term rental, save taxes, right? It's also a way to access potentially a lifestyle or a different way of living that maybe you've wanted, couldn't find a realistic pathway to achieve. I mean, we're not here to say like, you snap a finger and like, this is all going to happen, right? I mean, it'll take time and effort
Yeah.
and work, right? It's not, we've been doing this for 10 years. Not that it'll take you 10 years, but like, I mean, we're realistic. You have to have enough funds to invest. You have decent credit, right? You also have to do the work and understand like how to execute the strategy for yourself. And if you're here listening to that, then I commend you. Like this is the first step.
If anyone has been thinking about it for a long time, then you kind of owe yourself to take action against it. Yeah. Instead of like thinking and marinating in the brain every day, just take action against it. It really is a powerful strategy, and very viable strategy. To
Well, it's very
and
visceral now, right? Because everyone's filing their tax. Today's March 3rd or March 2nd. Your taxes are due.
That's right.
Partnership taxes are due. Partnership returns are due the 15th of March. And then taxes are due on the April 15th. You can go on extension, but you still have to make the estimated payment. So it's a fair amount. And I think this year too, like with a lot of tax changes, people are going to get refunds back. Like there's more refunds coming given the tax law changes that happen in July. But I think don't make the mistake of thinking like, oh, cool, here's a refund. Like I'm getting free money. No, 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 no. You're just getting money back that you've already paid. So you will look on your tax return where it says taxes owed. Like that's actually the taxes that you are paying. That's the money that you're paying. You might have prepaid a bunch of it throughout the year, but that's still money that you owe. So if you are a parent or you want to be a parent, you gotta get to pick your own adventure a little bit here. Like we're planning on going to Taiwan again this year, right? In July.
Yes, we are to see the grandparents, spend the summer there.
I mean, that was a big thing for you, right? And now we're going to do it 2 years in a
That
row.
was a huge thing for me. It worked 10 years to make that realization. So it was huge.
Well,
So now we get to do it again. And hopefully we can squeeze in Japan this year.
well, the kids are older. The kids are a little older, so
Yeah,
we have a little more
kids are older
flexibility.
now.
A
Yeah.
little more flexibility versus last year.
And not to mention even this strategy, once you're in this, you're building a legacy, you're building ownership assets for your family, building wealth. You can also think about some strategy that we talk about very openly, how to hire your kids into business. That's
Yeah.
another way to even leverage to save more taxes and then really compound your family wealth for also for your kids, set them up for success.
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah, I think that's a part that's like not really said, right? It's like it's not just the tax part, right? Like if your kid's like 1 years old, they're obviously not going to be able to do too much, right? But
Yeah.
your kids are a little older, they can help, right? Like even our daughter, like I told her, like we were just when she was home here, I was like, Daddy, I want to teach you the business. Let me teach you how to do this stuff. She's like, okay. She was like really interested. When you get to incorporate them into the family, they can start thinking about business, thinking about numbers, structure, like those things are important, but also saving for their school, saving for retirement. Like neither one of us, our parents didn't really do that for us. And I know I look at the kids' 529 plans. I'm like, you guys have more money than I had when I was in my 20s. Like, it's just like,
Yeah.
it's such a step change for them. And a lot of it just like, it's short-term rentals and also just the education part. Like,
Yeah.
hey, it's not just I work and I pay taxes. Like, there's other things I can do to reduce my tax burden and like invest in myself and my kids.
And I also think another benefit is like it's the greatest way to teach your kids also. They get to see how you work, your work ethic, your value, and you get to teach your kids that real time in real life. It's a really cool experience.
I'm gonna do it again. Yeah, actually, we have one of our clients. He's based in him and his wife and their son. Arnie and Julie. They close on their property. They're here in the East Coast of the U.S. and then they have a that's out of school and they're gonna do it together. It's just really cool
Yeah,
to see how they
it's
all
so
just kind of
cool.
they just get to do it together. They bought a house maybe 2 hours away and they're all going to work on it together. And the family can contribute. They have something to do together. I think that's something actually like people don't talk about as much. It's like as your kids get older too, or even now, like they have their own activities and stuff, right? And I even see with Athena now too. Like she has like tap dancing class, and like it's the first time like I've seen her really like kind of wrap her arms around like, oh, I really want to do this. And I just think in the future it's like they're gonna have their own stuff. So like what can we do as a family together, right? Like, okay, like see like eat together, go on vacation together, whatever, right? But like they have their own lives. Like what can we all do together that's like constructive, right? That's like a real life board game. Like people love playing board. And it's like business is like a board game. It's just like real life, real numbers, real money, real like it's Monopoly, but it's like real money actually.
Yeah, it is. And it's fun. Like Athena has been home last couple of days. This morning I was looking at client's property and I really just have her sit next to me and start showing her this is how mommy look at property and listings.
I didn't know
Well,
that.
yeah, and she has so much fun. Just like this is why this is a good property. I like it because X, Y, and Z. It has a bonus room here. The bathroom looks good here and then all that fun stuff. So I just explained to her, and she was like really engaging. So I was like, "Oh, this is cool. She can really start understanding
Yeah.
things now, and we get to teach her."
Well, I was showing her actually on her host away too, like the properties. You didn't see this, but I was showing her. No, but it was like a lot. Like I mean, like for me, but I could show her the charts and everything, so she actually see like what a bar. I'm like, oh, this is the months and the bar chart and everything. She's like, oh, cool. Like, and then they have the numbers on there. She was like playing with the mouse, and it could see like hover over it, could see a number. So it's just like it's like applied stuff, right? You can just go and like you can just show them. And it's kind of cool to show them, hey, like this is what mom and dad does. Instead of like bringing your parents this work day kind of thing, like once out of the year, like every day, it's like bring your kid to work. Like, all right, well, it's like
Yeah,
this is
and
what we do.
it's really enjoyable. I find it really fun.
Another benefit of being a stay-at-home parent is you get to force your kids to
Work for you.
do work for you. Exactly. Cheap labor. Well, I guess not cheap labor. We have to pay them. So so much about numbers and everything, but just like actually being parents and being entrepreneurs. It's like, you and I, we've talked about how we work together, and it's kind of cool. It's another layer as the kids get a little older too now, like how do we incorporate them into the business? And I think we'll kind of end here because it's 5:30 local here in New York, and we got to go pick up our kid before daycare closes. But I think one thing like Liz and I spent a lot of time on more recently too is like how we think about estate planning for us. Like, how do we protect our assets? How do we, if God forbid, one of us, we're not here anymore, like how do we pass assets to our kids and take care, like make sure everything's okay? So we spent a lot of time on that over the past few weeks, and yeah, it'd be a cool topic that we can share in the future once we kind of nail some of this stuff down. I mean, not legal advice, just us talking about our journey and how we think about for our own family estate planning. And none of us ever had to deal with that when our parents, right? But like as we, develop our legacy, like it's a way to keep the legacy for the kids.
Yeah, 100%.
Well, folks, yeah, thank you very much for listening here. If you're on YouTube and on LinkedIn, please hit a like button or leave a comment. We'd love to get feedback. And it's always nice to have my co-hosts here with me. Got to interview others, but these are always my favorite ones. So if you like Liz on these, not me, please drop a note in the comments and we want more Liz. Okay.
All right, thank you. This
All right,
is
thanks everyone.
fun.
All right, thanks
We'll see you
everyone.
next time. Bye.
Bye now.